Hello, everyone. Welcome to Flex and Loaded. My name is Tony Gershon, and Josh Williams, a.k.a. Loaded, is sitting across from me.
How's it going, guys?
He likes saying hello. This is episode 6, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Everybody shoot Black Eagle arrows. What? Dude, we're starting the podcast. Why do you got to be showing me deliciousness?
Dude, but it's a grilled cheese on top, a grilled cheese on bottom with a cheesy hamburger in the middle.
And then another grilled cheese underneath, right?
Yeah, grilled cheeseburger.
So,
Oh, hey guys, how's it going?
hi, we're just looking at delicious food for some reason. Hi, Josh.
Hi, Tony.
I got to fix some stuff here just a second.
That was Tony
No,
fixing
you
stuff.
need to keep talking.
I am talking,
What?
but I'm scanning through my phone, looking at Facebook.
Put your phone away. How dare you? Podcast time. People are listening. Whoa. Why is it doing that, though? Hi, everyone. We're kind of off a little bit today. Got a lot of sun. Josh got a lot of work
Yeah.
demoing a basement and stuff like that. So we're kind of just having a good time.
I'm just beat, dude. I'm so exhausted.
But we just did the podcast on Thursday, which everyone should listen to because it was a fun night.
Yeah, it was good.
It was good.
good.
Little throw together kind of episode. But what did you what am I talking about?
I don't know.
What did you do today, dude? Besides working hard, like always.
Yeah, working. Helped a buddy demo his basement out. It was like a 1940s house. So it was just done terribly, horribly wrong, and it was just a disaster. So we went in there with hammers and sledgehammers and ripped this basement apart, minus the concrete walls, pulled everything out, and just kind of getting ready for a renovation. So
Yeah, they putting like a bunch of hot tubs downstairs.
no, he's gonna put
Why not?
two more bedrooms downstairs and a bathroom and turn it into an apartment that can be rented. So,
Oh, okay. I guess that's smarter than my hot tub idea,
yeah, although it'd be nice.
dude.
I probably could
Imagine
talk
a
him into it.
room with 4 hot tubs, and you could get out of one and go to the next one.
And like 5-degree difference in temperature,
Yeah, hotter.
colder.
Tomato. There. Go the other way. Go clockwise. Cool, buddy. Yeah, well, I got to go shooting today.
How
Took
was
the
that?
family out. It was good.
It's hot out today, so was it warm up at Lone Pine? More than normal?
I thought it was nice. It was a little bit warmer, but I can withstand heat.
Did you
pretty
shoot
well.
with the baby on your back again?
I did. And if anyone hears the kind of crying and stuff, it's just that same my baby son.
My baby son.
He didn't sleep very well when he got back from hiking with us. I mean, so he got all that sun and being outside, and
Now he's just a cranky
now
little
he's
demon.
just cranky and doesn't want to sleep. So hopefully he calms down. But anyways, the wife's hanging out with him. But yeah, we usually kind of take turns. If we go up, she'll take the baby first and shoot around a little bit. And dude, she does awesome with the baby on her back, though.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun, though, and it was good that we were able to go up for a little bit. Yeah, it was. I don't even know what the temperature was today. It was probably 80s or something, right?
Yeah, probably so.
I don't know.
It's super sunny out, so
I did try to go back through and do that 141-yard shot with the baby on my back, though.
how'd that fare out?
There was some people, or there was a guy that was shooting down at that target.
Oh, did he catch an arrow or?
I'm not going to say what happened, but there was someone down there.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, it was probably 80, around 80, because it's 77 right now, so it wasn't that long ago.
Nice.
But yeah, so we came around the corner. I was like, dude, I'm going to do that long shot again. But
Speaking of which, that long shot. I'm not like trying to toot my own horn or nothing.
you are tooting your own horn.
but it's got over 3,000 views on Instagram. I'm just saying.
Insert cheering sound.
But it was kind of cool, so I was super stoked about that today.
Yeah. Dude, that's good. When things start kind of taking off and people are able to, see it and stuff. It's just getting it out there, trending and all
Yeah, it
that
was
stuff.
like
which
super-
trending isn't 3,000 views, but at least
No,
it's a lot of
not
views
even
for
by
us.
close.
But
It's more views than I've ever had.
yeah, booyah. And thank you everyone that's been following. It's been great meeting all you guys and checking out our podcast and all the posts that we've been doing and all that stuff. And we have fun doing this and trying to figure out when we're going to do episodes. So, but yeah, I got to go shoot. Did pretty well. I think I'm going to crank up. The baby's laughing in the background now.
And it begins.
He's cranky, and then he's happy. Anyways, yeah, got to do some shooting. Amy does really good with her compound. I need to crank it up though, because she's at about 25 pounds.
Yeah, she needs a little more.
And because she just started out, it was kind of rough for her pulling that back multiple times. And I think I'm going to try to get it up to whatever 35 maybe.
That'd be good. You can taper it up. Do 30 this week, and then wait 2 weeks and go to 35.
Which I don't even how do you turn that up? Is just tightening limbs?
You're just going to tighten the limb bolts.
Just
that
like
are on top of the riser.
One turn each or something like that.
I don't know.
I'm so not a compound guy.
I don't know what the bow poundage is per
ratio
turn.
on that one.
But we could take it and just turn it one bolt or one rotation each bolt, top and bottom, and then go poundage test it and see what it's at.
Yeah.
So
I think
probably
even
maxes out like 50 pounds or 40 pounds.
it's about 50, something like that, 50, 55.
It's probably like 2.5 to 4 pounds a turn. So
okay.
2 turns would put you pretty close to 35, my guess, without playing with the bow and figuring it out.
Sure. Even just we should just turn it a few times and see how it feels for her, and kind of go from there. As long as we're doing it evenly.
Yep. Keep the timing
turns
in line.
and we're not tilling it awkwardly.
No, changing timing.
Changing time, is that what it is on? Because on like recurves and stuff, you have your tiller bolts,
right? Well,
that change angle, poundage on high to low limb.
Yes, but with a compound, if you were to tighten like the upper limb bolt 1.5 turns and the bottom limb bolt 1 turn,
it would throw everything off.
It would throw everything off
because the cabling and all that stuff, right?
Right, exactly.
Okay.
You'd have a high knock instead of a low knock or an even knock.
Yeah. Learning stuff every day about compound stuff.
Someday.
I'm not gonna lie. There's a few times now that I've been like, man, I just want that accuracy.
It's
because
awesome.
it's so much work for me trying to figure out every little, pull through method and stuff like that. Which I've had some really good success, especially today. But there's times, man, that I'm like, I just wish I had a sight on this bow.
Well, they make recurve sights, don't they?
They do. I have a cheapo level one that I had, but
not your thing.
I don't know. There's something in my head that's like, dude, just if you're gonna shoot traditional, then shoot
just get
traditional.
a compound.
They're so expensive.
Listen to the voice in your head. Just get a compound.
That's you in my headphones.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not. It sounds a lot like you.
Just get a compound. Just get a compound, Tony.
God?
Yes, get a compound.
God just told me to get a compound.
I think you should listen to him.
Dude, he sounds a lot like you.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Tony, get a compound.
Jeez, look at. So I've thought about it a few times, and I don't know. We'll see what we're gonna do. But the thing is about I think that I would regret me just being like, oh, I'm gonna go to a compound now.
But you're not like changing. You're just adding to your collection.
Let's bring in the debate. Okay.
You're adding into your collection of availability to shoot. So when you're shooting traditional, it's all about form and function and control. When you're shooting compound, it's all about hitting that very specific spot continuously and repeatable over time.
Dang it, I'm doing it.
Just saying.
Man. No, yeah, I've shot your bow a few times and stuff like that, and I really enjoy it. There's something about the traditional side of it that I'm just like, man, I worked hard to hit that bullseye.
Dude, the traditional side is for the medieval days. Like,
here we go.
when you have to go and do Renaissance days down at the park.
Oh, man.
And then when we go to competitions, pull out the compound.
I work harder.
Smoke the dude next to you, and there it is. I'm just saying. Whatever.
Yeah, no. I don't know. It's one of those things that maybe one day, like I've said before, maybe one day I'll get talked into it.
Here we go.
And check it out.
The day that you beat me at a 3D shoot with your recurve.
What?
Wait, no, listen.
Okay, I'll listen.
Is the day I will go halves on your compound bow.
Fulls.
I'll go halves. I'm not buying
what are
you
we talking about? Like a PSE or
no, like an Elite or
okay.
like a Hoyt. I'd buy you a decent bow.
So
I'd pay for half.
What is that, like $500, $600?
Yeah.
So I'm still paying $250 for a bow?
No, you'd still be paying $500 or $600. I said
You
halves.
said you'd go halves.
Yeah.
If it's a $600 bow.
No, I was talking like like $1,000 Defiant or like $1,000 Energy 35. I'd go halves.
Okay. Well, yeah, for sure. If that happens, maybe we'll do that.
If that happens.
It does it's just the bottom line. Compound are more accurate.
Damn right.
I'll give you that. It's just it is a harder discipline sometimes.
Or what if like you outshoot me with a pistol?
That'll happen too. Whatever. I can do it. It'll happen.
Yeah, if I cut my hands off.
I'm trying to just tell myself that this is going to happen.
Just
at some
get a
point.
compound bow.
I'm just. Is that the answer?
You just get a compound
Just
bow.
give in. Just
Just
get
get a
submit,
compound
dude.
bow.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah. No, I love shooting them. They're really fun. Again, there's just something about not having a back wall. Maybe that's it. You know, not just hitting a stop. Something about it's just completely open draw. You got to figure out where you're drawing to, how far that distance is. It's all just like kind of you and the bow. There's no tech to
Right.
it. Something I enjoy and have still enjoyed so far. But like I said, I think at some point I'll probably pick up a compound and have it just as like a fun thing to shoot too.
And as soon as you start shooting it, you won't want to shoot the recurve
That's
anymore.
not true.
You'll be like,
Watch
why can't I hit the X
5
anymore?
years from now, I'm like, dude, whatever. I hate recurve. I'm never gonna do that. Dang it! And I have a tattoo of a recurve bow on my hand, so
That's okay. It's still archery based.
it is.
You're good.
It is. I love anything archery.
We could just put some
Man,
wheels on it and
anything.
you're good. Just throw some little idler wheels on that bad boy. Then
On
nobody'd
what?
ever know. Yeah, on your recurve.
Oh, so it looks like
So it looks
cams?
like a compound.
Yeah. Maybe, dude. I don't know. It's fun. I like all the tech stuff about it too. But then there's something about, like I said, going out and just
Yeah.
ripping the stick bow and seeing if I can hit some crap.
Getting that weird kind of sound.
Yeah, our intro.
Yeah,
sound.
exactly.
Yeah, but so yeah, we had a lot of fun. Fortunately, the kiddos were pretty good today, and
Good. Good.
it's weird, man. Getting my 9-year-old, getting him into archery, because some days he loves it. I mean, he's just a kid. Some days he wants to do it, and some days he's like, I don't want to do that, and he just kind of pulls the I just want to play video games and not do anything outside ever. And
Yeah, like my kid never complains. It's just in its case, green and ready to go at all times. Oh wait, that's my bow. Sorry, my bad.
he's such a jerk. But I think one of the biggest things, at least for Leston, my 9-year-old, is just like he goes back and forth from like wanting to shoot the long bow that I got him,
Right.
and then he started out with the compound, so he did get a little taste of that. But he was 7, turning 8 when he tried that compound.
Right.
And kids, they develop so quickly within a year, even, that I don't know. He may be at the point where I might take in that compound that I have, and that's upstairs. It just needs like new cables, strings,
Okay.
stuff like that, and see if he enjoys that more, because there might be something about being able to pull at full draw,
Right, and
just
hold it at
holding
full draw,
because he
and be able to
struggles.
aim, and
He
be able to
struggles
aim.
with that bow. Even though it's light, he still struggles at like, I don't know where to stop drawing and how to hold it to keep it on there and all that stuff. Whereas there's a ton of kids in the youth league up at Spirit Quest that all of them, they just shoot compound.
Yeah, that's like my buddy Charles. His kids.
Yeah.
I got them both shooting compounds, and they're so much better with shooting compound because it's more technical, but they understand it because they can hold that weight back.
Yeah.
And they can aim.
Yeah.
They haven't understood the concept of like
There's
arcing.
a lot of stopping points too.
Yeah.
I mean, put the release on if they're not shooting fingers, and just pull back to the stop.
Yep,
Then they can just
exactly.
aim and let go, or release the string. Yeah, it is. It's different trying to teach them like traditional stuff.
Yeah, get a compound, Tony.
Here we go. We're gonna hear it the whole time. But trying to teach him, tilting bow, making sure that it's not falling off the shelf, and
Right.
all that stuff. But he, like, again, he's a kid, so he was like, yeah, heck yeah, I want to shoot a longbow. I love that one. And so of course I saved up, bought it for him, and then
it
now
sits
it's like,
upstairs.
I don't know if that's something I want to do. So it's kids, man.
It might take them a year or two to
It's-
get into it.
Yeah,
And
and that's
find
what
that-
that's what
that
the
happy
wife and I were
medium.
just talking about. It's just like at some point he'll probably find even just a minimal passion for it and be able to really enjoy coming out with us. But at this time, sometimes it's just like pulling teeth to go outside and have fun.
Yeah, my kid doesn't
Dang,
complain.
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go my ass.
The wife and him love it.
Dude, if I see somebody outside with their phone at Lone Pine, they're getting an arrow right in the cheeks. It's happening.
Because they're playing a video game.
Yep, out on the archery lane.
You're
they're getting
so tough.
They're getting an arrow right in the cheeks, dude. I don't care.
What cheeks?
They're taking a challenger right to the butt cheeks.
Right to the butt cheeks.
Yep.
Okay, see, that's okay.
Yeah.
And it's just pinning them together. It's fine.
Yeah. That makes wiping way more difficult.
Oh, jeez. Pull a Steve-O, pierce them.
Anyway,
Yeah. Actually, on a side note, because there are a ton of people that do play Pokemon Go. I don't. Josh, you don't. I mean, I tried it and I was like, oh, this is kind of, because I played like the Game Boy one when I was a kid.
Right.
And I was like, hey, I'll try it out and stuff. It's kind of interesting. It's not something I'm gonna go walk around and try to catch, virtual Pokemon.
It has Pokemon.
That's standing on, the house of my neighbor, whatever. But, a lot of people have fun with it. And I saw something actually that RC posted. I don't know if you saw that.
I haven't really been on Facebook a lot today yet.
It was pretty much for all the people that, as I say, Pogo, Pokemon goers, Pogos. If they, there's a good idea to possibly like get with one of those apps you can get on your phone that calculate steps taken or miles walked,
right?
And it actually does like a charity to a specific organization,
okay,
depending on how many miles you walk and stuff like that. I haven't looked into it much, but if there is some type of app that does that, see if I can find it here real quick. It's just a great idea. I mean, if you got people, a ton of people,
right,
we could easily say millions of people probably, doing this game out there, walking around like crazy people into people's yards and stuff, catching a Glockachu.
I was just going to say that.
Because that was just hilarious. So the post was, Pokemon Go players, since you're walking everywhere, consider downloading a charity app on your phone that donates money to charities based on the number of miles walked. Charity.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, charity miles, in quotes, is one. You can pick your charity. So I guess it goes off of how many miles, and then it donates whoever compensates the miles for money
per value
to whatever charity you pick. And then Woof Tracks, WOOF Tracks, is another money to sheltered animals.
That's kind of cool, actually.
So and then let's try and make the world a little less dark, whatever. Okay.
Interesting.
A little tag at the end, but anyway, so I have seen a bunch of military guys that love playing it, and so whatever to you. I did see one guy, I don't know if you saw this, that said he had some really bad problems with some PTSD, depression kind of stuff. He didn't really want to leave the house, kind of thing.
Right.
Had a kid, and his son or daughter, I don't remember, but they really got into it. And was like, Dad, play with this. He's like, whatever, okay, I'll check it out. And long story short, it got him out of the house with his kid walking around like we see tons of parents doing with their kids. And he actually started conversing with other people.
Interesting.
And it got him like talking to people again.
Right, it got him a way to voice.
Something to focus his attention on, even for whatever, a few minutes, an hour, something like that. So that's pretty cool. So anyone that's using it, especially for those kind of situations, I salute you.
Yeah, for like a rehabilitation. That's awesome.
Yeah. You never know where your help might come from. So that's
I'm still,
great.
If some kid comes to play Pokemon Go in my yard at like 2 a.m., he's catching a Glockachu.
Dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Dude, there's a Charizard in my front yard.
Yeah.
Whatever, dude.
Here's a 9mm a chew.
Yeah. Let's see how this one works.
Yeah.
But seriously, he would never harm anyone that just walks into his yard. Moving
Sort
on.
of.
So yeah, got to shoot today. It's pretty awesome. We had a blast, man. Like I said, I love going up there, getting out in the nice weather because it was crappy yesterday.
Right.
And all the public land. I love it, man. I love being able to just go up and the places that they've been able to share with us to go shoot archery. Again, thank you to the city for keeping that state park open.
Yeah, definitely.
And all the money that does go to that from us taxpayers, I really appreciate that. If there's anyone in the council that's actually listening, thank you so much for that. And if not, then again, we're just thanking them. So I did want to ask you a few questions though that I was kind of thinking about today. I know you've told me about Eric.
Yep. Eric Thomas.
He kind of showed you archery.
He did.
And, kind of showed you the ropes on that. And thanks, Eric, because Josh actually was the one that got me interested into archery. So I guess kind of paying it forward there.
Yeah,
kinda
definitely.
Went down the road.
Been passing it along.
Josh and I, of course, have known each other forever. So it was cool to be able to pick something off of him that he enjoys. And now I've completely fallen in love with and have a passion to do. And in turn, my wife loves it. Yeah. My kid hopefully loves it. Oliver, my almost 10-month-old, will probably grow up shooting some kind of bow.
Yeah, I just took a friend of mine for her first time ever to shoot a bow, my friend Presley.
Mm-hmm.
She loved it, man. She had a smile on her face for 3 hours straight. It was awesome.
Yeah, there's something about it. It's just super addicting.
Yeah.
Especially when you go, oh, okay, pull it. Got to figure this draw out, and then you release and you just hit something.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something cool about that. It's almost like throwing a spear and hitting something. It's just something about. I don't know if it's primal in us.
Maybe.
That it's just like
It could be.
this is really enjoyable. Something, being able to just accomplish something as small as this, and
Yeah.
then being able to repeat that over and over and over.
Right.
Yeah, and I saw that video. She did great. I still think she should come shoot with us
Yeah, she will. Definitely.
sometime. Get her set up with a bow, and
For sure.
you'll probably go whole price helping her out with that one, huh?
No.
You can buy your own.
Buy your own damn bow.
No halvesies?
No halvesies.
No?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Nope, no halvesies. She's just a friend.
I'm going to talk to her about this.
Okay. Go ahead. My
Anyway,
wallet's still going to stay
Yeah,
thick.
no. She looked like she was having a blast, and it's going to be cool to meet her and stuff.
Yeah.
Go shoot some arrows with her. But on the firearm side of it, I know personally, man, I don't know, maybe the farthest back that I can remember shooting guns was, man, maybe my uncle back
Okay.
when I was, I don't even know, 6,
Mm-hmm.
7.
So
I might be
young.
wrong on that.
Right.
But pretty long ago, I was pretty young. He actually took us up on some of his land and showed us how to shoot a black powder rifle.
Cool.
And so, yeah, we packed it, poured all the powder
Poured
in,
the powder, put the wad,
all
put
that
the
stuff.
ball.
Yep. All I remember from that was how stinking heavy that gun was, because I was so little.
Yeah, and they are
and
heavy.
you're reaching your hand out to grab as much of the barrel as possible, and
Right.
I'm just a scrawny little kid trying to hold this super heavy rifle up and muzzle loader, and I remember pulling the trigger and having it do its percussion and
Right.
blowing up, and smoke clears and seeing what I hit, and I didn't even get close. But man, it was a blast. There was something I was just like, holy crap, that was so much fun.
Right.
And he showed us a few different things, such as like firearm safety stuff, and kind of took it from there. Got our BB guns, got our 22s. I got to shoot a deer. Kind of
Right.
took it from there. But where did it all start for you? Was it grandparents? Was it who was it that kind of, I guess,
Honestly,
your
it was
first time shooting and stuff like that?
my first time shooting a gun or my first time shooting anything.
Let's
Because
do
I
both.
guess it
I don't
kind
know.
of started with my birth father, like my real dad.
Sure.
He bought me a BB gun when I was a kid. Like that was the one thing I did whenever I had visitation with him. And
Yeah.
my dad's not exactly the most awesome person on the planet, but I guess I can say that is one thing he introduced me to was the thought process of like firearms. And then my first like real firearm purchase, that probably wasn't until I was like 18 actually, when I bought my 22 for the first time.
Sure.
I had shot other people's stuff, but I had never.
Yeah, and that's what I'm curious about. Like your first round that you actually put through, like your first firearm that you shot, rifle, 22, whatever. Was it with a grandparent? He was like, "Hey, come out back. I want to show you this.
Man,
Show you some safety on something." I know it took me a little bit to kind of think about it too, but just kind of curious.
Honestly, I don't know because my grandpa never took me out. My grandparents really never did that.
Yeah.
He was always working or out on the boats and stuff.
Yeah,
He was a commercial
They're
fisherman.
down like Louisiana, right?
Yeah, he was a commercial fisherman, so he was always busy with that stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
it was probably my real dad or like one of his buddies when I'd go on visitation or something.
Oh, okay.
If I remember right, I had like a Benjamin pump action pellet rifle, and that's what I started with. And then somebody had brought a 22 with them, and so I got to shoot a 22 the first time. I remember that,
Yeah.
and that was really cool.
Kind of going to like, oh, this is live rounds. I get to
Yeah. And
actually
it was
shoot
like,
a
but it was just
firearm.
like a bunch of kids in the woods learning how to shoot,
Yeah.
shooting beer cans and stuff, and it was just
Yeah,
it was a
yeah.
lot of cool fun. But I didn't really get a taste of firearms till I moved up to Montana.
Yeah.
And me and Dan kind of had our firearms extravaganza when I first started hanging out with him and you.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like I bought books and I bought movies and I watched every war video there is and learning everything I can about firearms. It was probably that 22 that I bought was like my biggest influence on to keep shooting. And then I bought a Glock when I turned. Actually, I bought a Glock when I turned 20, which technically isn't.
What was it?
It was a Glock 19.
Okay.
It was a Gen 2 Glock 19 from a buddy of mine.
Came all around, huh? All the way around.
Yeah.
Carrying it now.
Yep, and it was just so much fun. I had that big, long, stupid magazine that had like 30-some rounds, and we went out and like we didn't know what we were doing, but we just knew how to be safe about it. And
Yeah, for sure.
then I took some classes, and joining the Army taught me a shit ton about firearms.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's probably where it started, though. Was
Kind of branched off to other firearms, rifles, and
and other classes and schools that I went through and stuff. And now I've probably shot. Oh God. I don't know. I bet I've shot 1,000 different firearms easily.
Yeah.
Easily, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Get a lot of different experiences on different things and
pistols,
stuff.
rifles, shotguns, semi-autos, autos, all kinds of cool stuff.
Oh, just walk into an armory and just pick what I want to shoot.
It wasn't exactly
I
like
want
that,
to. No, I'm just daydreaming about being able to do that. That would be so nice.
Speaking of firearms that I want.
Oh yeah,
So
the video I took right before we did the
Yeah.
podcast. What is it?
so it's
Tracking something?
it's called Tracking Point.
Okay. Explain to the people what this is.
Tracking Point is a new software that was designed, oh God, I don't know, probably 2-3 years ago. And it's been on the market for a little while. But it's the same technology they use on like stealth fighters and fighter jets. So they can like lock onto a target while you're still moving, and then you initiate the trigger, but the trigger doesn't actually fire until that reticle resumes back to where the endpoint that you locked that tracking onto, and then the rifle actually fires itself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of cheating. It takes like the actual marksman out of the equation, but it's just really
Makes 'em
really cool
super
technology.
efficient.
Yeah, I mean you can go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 900 yards,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have to do any adjustments. Like
That's
there's no
crazy.
turret adjustments. There's nothing. You just
That's so cool.
squeeze the trigger, put the tracker on it, lock it in, and then let the trigger do its own thing.
That's so cool.
So
I don't know. It just brings me back around to like all the stupid crap that's been happening with like police officers getting shot and
yeah, like
people,
3 more
civilians
got shot.
getting shot and all this crap, and it's just like I was actually watching a couple videos last night about accidental firearm discharges
Negligent discharges.
and just how not efficient people are. Even some police officers, they maybe at the range they've shot a ton,
Right.
but like specifically there was a situation where there were some officers that were holding this one guy off at gunpoint, and he had pulled in an innocent bystander and was kind of using her as a human shield and this whole thing, and he was like wanted, and he'd been in prison for
Right.
3 times he'd been in prison, gotten out, back in,
Right,
gotten
right,
out, back in. And he had like come out of this Catholic church and was holding her in front of him and just acting crazy and stuff. Anyways, there was actually a homeless guy that walked around the side of the trucks while he was being distracted, and ran up and tackled the guy.
Oh wow.
And I don't know, the dude was like 50 something, just homeless guy that just wanted to help.
Right.
And he tackled this dude. The dude pulled up his pistol and started shooting at him. And there's some debate on like if he hit him or not. It looked like he got super close. He shot one by his head, and it looked like it missed. And then he kind of fell and then shot again. It kind of went past his torso.
Okay.
Anyways, there were about 4 or 5 officers that were down from the steps
Right.
of this church. And they, as soon as they saw that the innocent person, the lady, had gotten away,
They just
and
opened fire.
they
or-
started shooting as soon as this guy fired off 2 rounds at this homeless guy.
Right.
And from what they see, it was actually an officer's bullet that shot him and hit him in the chest. And you could see that he got hit in the chest. He starts bleeding.
The assailant or the homeless guy.
The homeless guy.
Right.
And he was a good
Like a good Samaritan, good bystander.
no
kind of thing?
distance. He was
Oh.
probably 3 feet away
Okay.
from the guy. I mean, 3-4 feet away. He wasn't right on top of him. Like, oh crap, he got real
Right.
close. But the little bit I know, even getting adrenaline pumping and all that stuff, and your trigger pull, and it pulls the firearm to one side or the other, and all this stuff. Having something like that happen in a situation where more than likely, because I can't say for certain, but more than likely they didn't mean to hit the homeless guy. Okay, let's just say that.
I mean, you got to look at
You
it
disagree?
from. No, I don't disagree. I don't disagree at all. I just I know a lot of police officers and law enforcement, and I know
Sure.
that when you're in that kind of situation, you don't know where that round initiated from. You don't know if assailant A or homeless guy we're going to call assailant B, because you truly don't know what their MO is. You don't know what's going on. The officer takes it from a perspective of, I don't know who has what firearm, so we're going to pretend that everybody has one for our own safety. And that's the smartest way to go about dealing with somebody with a firearm. That's like, me carrying concealed. If for some reason an officer were to say, hey, freeze, stop moving, whatever, the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that he knows, hey, my hands are up. You can see my palms, and I have a concealed firearm. Like, I'm going to announce that as many times as I can, so he gets the understanding that I'm not challenging him, nor am I challenging what he's doing. I'm just letting him know for his own safety that there is something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, I feel terrible for that dude trying to be like a good Samaritan, but at the same time, like.
And I totally see what you're saying. I think with the video, of course it's so fast how it happens.
Right. Exactly. It's milliseconds.
The guy comes from the side, tackles the dude with the gun, starts swatting away the handgun that the guy's trying to point and shoot at him with. So he's kind of just like, he's trying to keep the firearm away from him. Boom, goes off one time, slaps it again the other way, boom, goes off again. And he doesn't want to turn and run from the gunman.
Right.
He wants to try to keep distance. The gun away or tackle him and get him down.
Right.
And what happened in turn, though, was the officer saw, okay, the lady's away. We're just going to start shooting this guy because he's clearly trying to shoot this homeless guy.
Right.
Anyways, bad marksmanship or whatever happened.
Nerves, whatever.
It hit the homeless guy in the chest, also killed the guy with the gun, the assailant.
Right, the assailant.
And coming back around full circle, something like this, if they were to have some kind of technology, which this might be implemented on handguns, a couple different things they could track.
Right, they could mark their target.
Mark this guy.
Yep.
Have the trigger engaged.
Yep.
And then literally swing it into position and it would fire.
Right.
Instead of having
and create a perfect marksmanship shot.
So I don't know. That's where my brain goes. I go, well, where could this be used for good? Where could it be used for bad? Of course, you have anything technological that's especially hooked up to Wi-Fi, like this is. Everyone thinks of the big H word, hacking. Okay.
Yeah. No. So absolutely.
Hopefully that has been looked into in situations where.
And that was one of the things. Like when that first came out, I looked into, and one of the things that they put into their demonstration model or whatever is like they actually had somebody hack into one on purpose.
Gotcha.
And without the actual trigger mechanism, the mechanical trigger being moved, you can't fire one. So you could set the tracking up to be on the center of my chest, and the guy across the room is actually aiming at the wall, and that round could be projected for the center of my chest. But if the guy on the other side of the room, and it's got like a little inclination, I think, that says like, like active or inactive or tampered with or whatever.
Sure.
All he has to do is just not depress that mechanized trigger.
After it's engaged though, or
yep,
depressed.
And all he has to do is
can you undo it?
You just undo the tracking. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's got some safety stuff in it, but not a ton. You know what I mean?
I've always been curious because I think I've seen that video one other time, maybe last year.
Yeah, last year I think I posted it as well.
But I was always curious about like, let's say you mark target. There's some innocents around, civilians around.
Right.
Essentially, could someone hack in and just real quickly move that mark to someone else?
No.
And so it swings on that side and it fires. No?
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
I think they've alleviated that.
Yeah, that's great.
The one cool thing about that rifle is like I think about kids first time going out shooting.
Oh, that brought up another story I remember. Go ahead.
So, your first time hunting as a child, or as not a child, but as a young man, you and I have talked about it before. Your first shot, it wasn't as where you would have placed it
not at all.
in your mindset, right?
Yep.
You study, you make sure that hey, I need to shoot the vitals. I want to make a clean, ethical kill. This would give the opportunity to those amateur hunters, I think, that are learning the process to guarantee that they don't lose interest in hunting because they didn't make an ethical kill.
Sure.
That's where I see like the benefit of this coming.
Get discouraged and
right, exactly.
I don't want to do this.
I don't want to say like, oh well, these guys are going to go to competitions and win every time. Well, yeah, they're technologically advanced against the.
It's like a robot shooting.
Right, exactly. Much. But if we put it into perspective of like using it correctly,
that's a good point.
To the best of its ability for educational purposes. I mean, dude, that's the ultimate right there.
Yeah, I mean, because I guess you would get the feel of
Well, have you ever had buckstoke? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you see
Yeah,
something
yeah,
in your
yeah.
optic and you're just like, you're shaking, your whole body's
yeah, the
quivering, and you're
adrenaline
like,
pumping.
you can't keep the crosshairs where they need to be. This would allow that you could, instruct the even a grown man, that's never shot an animal before, be like,
Sure.
okay, when you get where you want to shoot, you mark it.
Yep.
Okay, breathe, breathe, breathe. Now you're going to initiate that trigger, and you're going to put that dot back where it's supposed to go.
And
so
this
you
whole
can
time
make
he's
that,
shaking.
and he's just
while
shaking,
he's
and,
trying,
and
yeah.
at some point he will be able to get that dot to come back to
make an ethical kill.
and
It's
make
in
an
the
ethical
vitals.
kill.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So
And you would that's cool because you would still go through the process of getting the adrenaline pumping through your body,
absolutely.
sighting in that buck or elk or whatever you're
Absolutely.
shooting,
And the only
and
the upside
lining
is you
up
don't
the
make,
shot. You're still lining up the shot. You're just not pulling the trigger.
right. You're not making
Well, you're engaging it, but you're not
exactly
You're not having like trigger panic or anything like that.
or a negligent discharge because
Sure.
you're shaking so hard and you
and
you
you
crack
hit
off a
'em.
round and then you spine it or something, or you
Yep.
shoot it in the leg and then that animal runs
Suffers
off and
and-
suffers. Exactly.
Yeah, and you'd still feel the shot go off. You'd still have to run up and field it and all that stuff.
Right. Exactly.
That's a good point. I didn't think about. I know on the demo they showed the guy shooting a coyote a few times, a
Yep.
couple different coyotes and stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, but I didn't put that into like they could. You could use it because they sell like a 300 Win. You said
They sell a 7.62. They sell a 7 or a 5.56, and they also sell a 300 Win mag. And they just came out with a bolt action
Oh, wow.
338 Lapua Magnum.
Yeah.
For long
Yeah.
distance stuff.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's so cool. What's the info on it? Do you have the website?
It's tracking point with a hyphen in between.com. And they've got all their stuff. Just go into the menu on the left-hand side.
-point.com.
Yep.
Yeah, guys, seriously, check it out. I mean, probably people have seen it and stuff, but the people that haven't, they've probably added some new stuff too. Who knows? But
Yeah, they've upgraded like 3 or 4 weapons now. 'Cause it
yeah,
used to
go
just
check
be
it
2.
out. Go check it out. Like I said, I saw it last year, I think it was, and I know for a fact they've added more firearms to the list.
Yeah.
That,
I'm pretty
that they
sure
were able
that's the
to do.
same rifle that Taya Kyle, Chris Kyle's wife, went to the Nationals with, and she won with that same rifle. Like she beat out the
Which
guy.
one?
I don't remember what shooting event it was, but it was a national shooting event or a Worlds, one of the two. And she actually beat the champion like the last 3 years running with their system. And it's not technically illegal because you do actuate the mechanism to make it fire.
Okay.
But yeah, so that was kind of cool as well.
Well, yeah. At some point, dude, that's gonna like it has its good things and its bad things. There's always one side or the other.
Oh yeah, some idiot will do
of
something
the-
stupid with it, and it'll
Well, that, and you'll get the guys that are like old school till I die,
And that's fine,
And
I
that's
mean-
great. But as long as people understand it, it's like it's a more possibly ethical way to take care of a situation that's very hostile.
exactly.
Or, like you
And that's
brought
why
up
they
that I
use-
didn't think of, going out hunting and showing people really the experience of killing your own food.
Right, and put that rifle in the hands of a designated marksman, someone who's gone through the processes of learning why that round is doing what it's doing and how to make that round do what it's doing.
Yeah.
In a life or death survival situation for police officers or law enforcement or even overseas. You know what I mean? Making that clean, ethical shot could save a lot of lives.
Yeah,
so
you can see where
it's
this
got
would
its,
be extremely helpful
yeah, it's
in
got
a lot of
it's
different
got a lot of
situations.
pros.
Yeah, jeez, man. Yeah, so everyone go check that out. It's just a cool company, man. Just coming up with that, their scoping system of like range finding and
Yeah, and their ballistic trajectory and their velocity
calculator and-
calculations, everything's all done at once.
yeah, it's all in that one scope and setup that's on top of the firearm there. So great stuff there. One thing that actually came up on my Archery 360 that I was looking at last night because I was kind of just reading some stuff for the podcast, things that we might want to talk about and stuff. But I'm always just completely dumbfounded by para archers and how well they shoot.
Dude.
Because I complain out there
Right, exactly.
when I can't get.
And I have full mobility of all my limbs, or I have all of my limbs.
Yeah.
And these guys,
If for some reason I shoot 15 arrows that are not even going close to where I'm aiming, I
Right.
get, of
You get
course, frustrated and like,
Yep.
dude, I can't shoot my bow. This is stupid. But I start watching some of these guys that I've heard, like, John Dudley's talked about, Matt Stutzman, the No Armed Archer, and dude is just, he's incredible. The way that he shoots, Compound Archer. If you guys haven't heard of him before, go check out his videos. They have a lot of really cool shots, videos, and things of him shooting his
absolutely.
bow. He he holds his bow with his foot. I don't
With his
remember if it's
his
foot.
right leg. No, yeah,
I think it's his right leg.
his right leg in between his big toe and his
Yes.
second toe.
Yeah, and he holds it up in his sight picture, and he actually hooks on. It's a strap that goes around around his back, and
Yeah,
it's
like
under his
around
armpits.
his upper shoulder.
Yeah, and he hooks on that way, and so it kind of is pulling with his collarbone,
Right.
I believe, and holds with his foot up, and then he pulls back, draws, and it's a tension actuated release.
back tension release.
Yeah, back tension release. And I believe you said that at some point he might have done like a mouth.
I thought I saw a couple of
Trigger or
videos of
something
him
like
where
that?
he had it set up before he went to his back tension release, and he would go to full draw with his his foot and his back,
Mm-hmm.
and then he would kind of sight picture in, get his nose set on the string, and then he would open his jaw, like open his mouth,
Oh,
like he
okay.
was saying a letter, and that would actuate the trigger catching on his chin, and then get the arrow to release that way.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, the guy's incredible. I mean,
He's shooting tens at like I don't even
like 90 meters or some crazy number like that.
I think so because it looked very very similar to some of the recurve archers that I
Yeah.
was watching online and stuff. But dude's incredible, and he made. I did see on the news he did make the 2016 Olympic team
That's
for
awesome.
para archers.
Good for him.
So congratulations to Matt on doing that. Dude, you're a big inspiration to all of us archers, and keep doing what you're doing. Another guy that I wanted to shout out to was Eric Bennett, recurve archer.
Of course.
Doesn't have a right arm,
What?
and again, just incredible, man. I mean, if you guys look up some of these pictures and videos of these guys shooting, I don't have a reason to complain about why I'm not hitting my mark, because these guys, again, they're shooting 70, 80, 90 meters, and
That's
they're
insane.
hitting the gold, every probably at least 80% of the time.
That's insane.
If not, it's just out into the red. But he shoots, left arm up with his recurve bow. He hooks on with his right shoulder. It
Okay.
has like a release, like a trigger release.
Okay.
Almost. And it's hard to, I mean, you guys look at pictures and videos of him, but he pulls back, draws with his rhomboids still, but he draws back with his right shoulder as he's holding his left arm up with the bow. And then he has almost like a clothespin in his mouth.
Okay.
And that sets off a trigger that on a cable that goes through the line to his release on his shoulder.
Oh, okay.
So he pulls back, sights in, and then pulls through his shot so that the clicker still goes off.
Right, and once he feels the clicker
Goes
then
off. He
can-
just kind of tightens, or I don't know if it's a biting or if it's a releasing of his mouth.
Right.
But he does something to that effect, and it releases it. So again, dude,
Damn, that's impressive.
huge props to him.
Now I need to shoot more.
I know. Actually, John Dudley, I was listening to one of his when he had some shoulder issues, surgery and stuff like that. He didn't want to injure it more because he shoots so much.
Right.
He just taught himself how to shoot with his mouth. That's dedication, dude.
Eric Thomas,
Mhm.
he helps a lot of vets that are in
That's awesome.
the New York area. Well, in I think it's Carthage is where he's at, Black River area. And I remember him posting up a video. He actually took his Diamond Infinite Edge, tuned it down, and he's got an archer that's a disabled vet that can't, doesn't have a right hand or something, so he wants to shoot with his mouth.
Sure.
So Eric, who has both hands, shoots archery normally, figured out a way to get a release design so this guy could shoot his bow with his little practice bow is pretty much what it was. He helps people learn how to shoot archery with this little practice bow, a Diamond Infinite Edge. Well, he set it up where he was shooting with his mouth and his left hand.
Dude, that's awesome.
Just to help this guy out. I mean,
That's so cool.
there's so many archers out there and so many bow technicians that are willing to go that extra mile. And I just have to tip my hat to them and thank them, because without Eric, I would have never gotten where I am with archery right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I got out of firearms for a while. That was the whole reason of getting into archery.
Yep.
I didn't want to shoot a gun anymore. I
Yeah.
had spent, 36 plus months total in Afghanistan. And I was just like, I'm tired of guns, dude. I'm just tired. I'm tired of them. And I mean, I love guns. Don't get me wrong. Don't take that as I'm,
Yeah, you're
but
called
I
loaded for a
needed
reason.
I needed a break. I needed some
Sure.
zen in my life. And that's what archery was, that was the whole mantra for me, was just it calmed me down.
Well,
took
and
me
it's a
out of-
huge discipline. It's still, like we always say,
Absolutely.
it's very meditative. It's very peaceful. It's a lot of work, a lot of focus.
Yeah.
Getting out of your own head and
Yep.
everything and just focusing on one
Yep.
singular thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, like my buddy Eric, a 10 in every target is all you need. 10 in every target. That's the game,
So
and
that's what we go for.
That's what we go for every time we go to the range. It's a 10 in every target. It doesn't have to be an X, but a 10 in every target.
Sure.
Puts you in the finals.
Yeah.
So
Great job, Eric. Man, I salute you for that, man. That's so cool. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I know from the few people that I've talked to that have deployed and come back and stuff, it's huge for someone like that to have something to focus on.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like archery, for instance, or whatever, woodworking or welding or painting. I don't care what it is, but having something to kind of put your focus on, your discipline on, really getting good at something so that you have something to really focus on.
If I
instead
remember
of
right,
just possibly remembering things that have happened or constantly going through
Take your mind off of it.
depression or.
If I remember right, Eric, when he was in the service,
Sure.
he was also in the Army, and he got out and got into archery, not necessarily for the same reason, but along the same lines. He was looking for something else.
Yeah.
And he hunts deer in New York and does the turkey hunt and all that stuff. And it was nice, man. It was a cool way to take my mind away from combat for a while and get into a different sport.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I know you really enjoyed it when you came back over here. It was. I didn't want to have something else to get into necessarily because I was just like I was so busy and but I was looking for something because I grew up either doing music like I did forever or I don't know, playing video games.
Yeah.
I played a lot of first-person shooters.
Yeah, playing instruments too.
And stuff like that, playing guitar and drums and all that stuff. And then once a lot of that stuff fell through, I was like, man, I need to find something that I can really put discipline to and all that. And
the first time Tony shot a bow, it was awesome. It was so epic. He was hooked first shot.
It was,
hooked.
Yeah, it was, and it was just some, I don't even know, 30-pound, 32-pound longbow.
Yeah, it was just like an old rental, I think. At
just a
Spirit
rental.
Quest, yeah.
And I knew that it was something that I wanted to do. So, I mean, anyone that's out there that's never shot, that's always felt like, well, maybe it's something that I want to try out, just go fling a quiver full of arrows real quick.
Yeah, go shoot 10 arrows and tell me you don't fall in love with it. And if you don't, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's perfectly okay.
Man, more times than not, I've talked to people that are like, I'd never really wanted to do it, and then I saw something at the fair.
Yep.
I went with a buddy down to his house. In the backyard, he had his target set up, and he goes, dude, just shoot it real quick. I don't want to. Just shoot it real quick. And then they do it, and they go, can I just keep shooting? I mean, I don't know. I'm a huge advocate for people try it out.
Just try it. My buddy Jared in New York came back from our deployment, and I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go shoot my bow. And he was like, wait, what? You're going to go do what? I'm like, I'm going to go shoot my bow.
Yeah.
And he was like, you care if I come? I'm like, no, come on.
Yeah.
So we went, and I stopped at Eric's house and had planned to meet up with him for an appointment and get my bow worked on. And we walk in, and I was like, oh, Eric, this is Jared. Jared, this is Eric. And he's like, hey, man, you want to shoot a bow?
Yeah.
And Eric, Jared's kind of like, well, I guess so,
Yeah.
So Eric set him up, and he was like, here, man, you can shoot this little diamond. So he shot it like 3 times, and he was like, so how do we go about buying one of these things, And I'm pretty sure he still goes to Eric to get parts because he's still in New York.
It's an awesome community, man.
Yeah.
Archer community is great. There's some guys that just want to keep to their own, and that's awesome too. And then there's guys that we've come up with, or us, are very outgoing in some situations, and probably me more than you.
Yeah.
But that's just me. That's my personality. But going up, hey, what's up? How's it going? Hey, let's shoot together. Let's do this. And
well, my favorite thing is little kids. Like little kids are so inquisitive. Even at the range on Kids Saturday, like in the morning they have Kids League. The kids have no question coming up to anybody, any size, any color, denomination. They don't care.
Yeah.
Hey, can you help me shoot my bow? And you can't turn a kid down.
Yeah.
They're just so pure in that moment. Like they really just want to shoot their bow. And that in itself is archery at its greatest. Watching little kids shoot bows it's the shit.
Yeah. It's such a great thing for them to get into as a discipline. It teaches you patience. It teaches you hard work.
Very much so.
Teaches you focus, really being driven towards one particular outcome.
Yeah,
things like that.
Makes you goal oriented.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, lots of really good stuff. So again, coming back around, go try it out, guys, if you haven't tried it, and go shoot a gun.
Yeah.
because guns are super fun to shoot. I don't care what anyone tells you. As long as you're being safe, it is a blast. It's a lot of fun. Doesn't matter if it's a BB gun or if it's a 22 or if it's a freaking Barrett 50.
Definitely shoot the Barrett 50 because they're so much fun.
I fired one once,
They're so much fun.
and I loved it, and I hurt a little bit.
Did you
But
pee
it was,
a little?
yeah, I was good thing I was in prone because it was, no one could tell, but we were in the grass. But yeah, so take the opportunity, just run out, shoot some stuff, have fun.
Absolutely.
I mean, we love talking about, we love telling people to do it, and I guess that brings us to the last thing on the podcast, this week's wants. Have you thought of anything? I know it's just been Thursday since we did the last one, but I guess the tracking point, is that your new thing?
No. That's not going to be my new thing. Let's see. The newest. I'm going to go out on a limb. And I shot a couple of different rifles 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And I've been kind of kicking around the idea. Montana Rifle Company, they're local here in Montana. I have a friend that works there, and I shot one of their 300 Win Mags. And they're, for the price, like, they're a fantastic rifle. They're fantastic. And I've also got, lucky enough, I got to shoot a proof rifle. Proof Research makes some of the most accurate barrels supposedly on the planet. I don't know. I haven't tested every barrel that's ever been. But
Right. It's a little bit hard to just say that.
Right. Yeah.
But extremely accurate, though.
But yeah, it's shot super, super accurately. So I shot both of those, and I would say I'm more of a traditional rifle hunter, I guess. So I like the wood grain stock or like the synthetic stock. Proof does a carbon fiber barrel. Montana Rifle Company does a stainless barrel. I just like the way the stainless barrel looks. So that's probably my want for the week would be like a Montana Rifle Company 300 Win Mag, stainless and synthetic.
Ooh.
Yeah.
300 Wins are sweet, dude.
Yeah. I love them.
I even like that 270 that John let us shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Ooh, 270.
So what about you? This week's wants?
I was kind of doing some reviewing and stuff, looking on like Three Rivers Archery.
A compound bow.
Right, compound bow. That's what I want. See you guys. Have a good night. But I don't know. I know on Thursday I said a Bear Montana longbow, but I've been looking at this Sky Sky longbow. I think the company's just called Sky.
Okay.
And the reviews that I've read from it and stuff, it's a 66-inch longbow.
Okay.
So a little bit longer. The thing is that the reviews that I read on it and stuff was this company works hard because they don't sell a lot of these bows.
Okay.
So they work really hard at making a quality product.
Right. So super nice craftsmanship.
Yeah, because they know that like Bear makes a ton of these kinds of bows and stuff. So honestly, I might transition over to that Sky longbow, the 66-inch.
That'd be kind of cool.
Other than that, still looking at a 12 gauge that I want really bad.
Are you still feeling like a coach gun, or are you still thinking about a?
I've always wanted a coach gun.
Yeah, I know.
I think that's always going to be one of my wants. is a coach gun, just side by side, sawed off. I mean, just joking. Don't do that. Anyways, but just like Zombieland. You see that movie?
Yep.
Okay, so like what he shoots, just a little side by side coach gun.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm that guy.
You're that guy.
I want one of those behind the couch.
You don't want like the mare's leg 44 mag that the main character shoots in Zombieland. Oh, what's his name?
Woody Harrelson?
Woody Harrelson, yeah. The mare's
He
leg.
shoots it?
Yeah, it's a little like leg. It's like a little short 44 mag lever action.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
Oh crap, dude! I totally forgot about that little thing. That thing's sweet too.
Yeah, they're a lot
I love
of
my
fun.
revolvers. I love my lever actions. I love my break open shotguns.
Tony's old school. Old school at heart.
Yeah, you talk about how you like the wood stock grain.
Yeah, I do.
Rifles and stuff.
Just on
I'm that way too, but just with everything.
With everything,
yeah,
right?
With
yeah.
everything. But no, I love all the other guns that I've been able to shoot. But that's probably going to be my next purchase is some kind of 12 gauge.
Nice.
Again, I probably want a pump action, something that I can go
Smart.
duck hunting and stuff with. I need a few more days to really look into this stuff though.
Yeah.
But I wanted to at least keep
it
consistent
going.
with
Yeah,
it
absolutely.
and just see. So you always have some good answers on that because you're always looking at new crap.
Dude, I look at guns every day.
New crap. I have to look at babies and stuff all the time.
Yeah,
taking care of the kids.
Yeah, I take care of my kids too. I oil them and I keep them lubed.
Of course. Let's just rub it in on the dad. But I get to live vicariously a little bit through you on that, so that's great.
Try to.
So yeah, I think that's it. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
No, I don't think so. I think we're good till the next episode.
Next episode.
Yeah.
Next week on episode 7.
Oh my God, Tony bought a compound.
No. But yeah, thanks guys for listening. Again, please hit us up on Instagram at Fletched and Loaded for me, and Inked Up Josh for Josh. He usually sees a lot of the stuff that you guys post on things that we do together on Fletched and Loaded as well. Excuse me. Again, send in some questions, some stories of shooting archery firearms. Send us either a message on Instagram or at fletchedandloaded@gmail.com.
Yep, or like maybe some challenge shots if you guys have done something that's crazy
we
awesome.
Do that egg one.
And yeah, we have to do the egg shot. I'll do that one next week. We'll try to do that one like Sunday in the morning. Yeah, we'll do it like Sunday in the morning, and then we can talk about it on the.
What is it? How far? 30?
30 yards.
And you were joking about doing it at 60?
Yeah, I'll do it at 60.
Do it at 60? Okay.
Yeah, I'll pick it at 60. I'm not scared.
I want to shoot it so bad too.
I'm gonna dial that shit and smash
I might
that
have to try. I'll try 60, of course. But where are we doing this?
We can do it at my house.
Okay.
I can set up a little stand and an egg, and we can.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
I'm down.
If I miss it with my arrow, I'm just gonna smash it with my Glock anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah. Just take. I'll be like, finished. Yeah. So I guess we'll try that. So hopefully you guys will get some video of that. You will get some video of that if we're able to do it next Sunday.
Yeah.
And if we do, we'll talk about it on the podcast. But yeah, follow us on there. Send, like I said, send in questions, stories, challenge shots. To those places that I said, Instagram and our Gmail at fletchedandloaded@gmail.com. Or on YouTube. Now I've been posting all of our stuff on YouTube at Fletched and Loaded. Just search that. And you'll find all 5 of our episodes, now 6 being this one. And I don't know, we love you guys, and thank you so much for supporting us just by listening. You know?
Absolutely. Thanks for all your support, guys.
We've had a lot of really cool people talk on Instagram about how they like the episodes. And again, we love it. So thank you guys for listening. And I guess we'll catch you on the flip side next week.
Yep. Until next time.
Episode 7 next week. So have a great rest of your weekend and this next week, guys. All right. We'll talk to you later. I'd like to thank Ben Sound for all the music used in this podcast. If you need some music for your project, go ahead and go over to www.bensound.com. That's www.bensound.com. Thanks very much.